All right, hello everyone. You are tuned in to Sip and Talk. I'm your host, Miss Wanda. Tonight's topic, we are talking about Whoopi Goldberg and why she was suspended for 2 weeks from The View. So if I can have you all turn on your cameras, please.
Boy.
All right. So she was suspended for 2 weeks from The View due to a comment she made about the Holocaust. The comment was this: it's about man's humanity to man, adding that the Holocaust merely involved two white groups of people. Holocaust was not about race. So a couple of the people on the panel tried to explain to her that that was not true, but she still stuck to her point of view. And the result was a 2 week suspension from executive producer of ABC, Kim Godwin. So, what are you guys' point of views on thoughts on that? How do you feel about that? Is somebody talking? Because if you are, it's very low.
Hmm. Hey, was anybody supposed to go in exact order?
No,
You
just
always looking.
no, just speak.
Okay. Well, my point of view on it is that she had a good point. I feel personally they shouldn't have kicked her off the show. I feel like the whole thing was kind of off. I mean, being that it was only like two black hosts on that show, then you have three other white women sitting on that show. Anytime a person speak out about the Holocaust, there's always something that they
So,
feel sensitive about. It's no one to talk about. Especially with telling the truth, though.
yeah. So, do you feel like our uh, freedom, our rights to freedom of speech, is subliminally being shut down?
Yes, yes,
Okay. Well,
yes,
there
that
was
is.
a reporter, Jeff Simon. He did a article on it, and he says the comment that she made was ignorant, but that her suspension was ignorant as well.
You know, you can't mix ignorant with another ignorant. And by them just suspending her just shows that they ain't no better than the comment. You know what I'm saying? And just let you know what she was saying has some truth to it. What are y'all trying to hide? You know?
Well, he caught a little backlash from some people, so I wrote down a couple of comments. Uh, some people asked, so is Roseanne Barr, the situation with Roseanne Barr gonna surface when she made the comment about the Planet of the Apes and discussing Valerie Jarrett, a black woman and former advisor to President Obama? Also, there was another person who asked if he was going to uh, bust Neil Young out, who is the he is a permanent anti-vax vaxxer of agriculture who claims that anything GMO is dangerous and deadly no matter what the science. Don't expect Mr. Simon to call him out.
So what are your question is like? Are you asking? Do you
No,
think
I
all
was
that's
just
going to
speaking
surface?
on some of the backlash he got for his article.
Oh, okay. So this, okay.
Because basically, then there was another comment that basically says, um, it seems um, there's a different level of punishment for Roseanne Barr, who is white, than Karen Johnson, who, by the way, is Whoopi Goldberg's real name, who is a
Oh,
black
I
woman.
saw that.
So, do you guys feel like that's true?
I think there is almost like a hypocritical standard when it comes to certain people in the industry. I should say the entertainment industry. Like with Whoopi. First of all, it's The View. It's called The View because you're supposed to give your point of view on a lot of topics that they discuss. The show is really it's like a political talk show in a sense, but they talk about other things too. But when she was asked that question, when I listened to it, Um, I understand to a certain degree where she was coming from, where she said it wasn't about race, but inhumane to humanity. But I believe that part, but I don't agree when she said that it wasn't about race because it was about race if you do the research. But if you're gonna punish a person, let it be fair all across the board. A lot of people they're it's like they pick and choose who they wanna, silence and cancel. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, so
Yeah, I feel.
I'm sorry, I was just going to read this comment real quick. Elnaya says, so it's okay to talk about slavery, but can't criticize the Holocaust. They couldn't wait to get Whoopi.
Well,
It's
I
true.
feel it was something big because for one, it's Whoopi Goldberg. Anybody that knows any type of black person with power that's speaking on something as sensitive as that is gonna have a lot of numbers that come behind,
Yep, that's true.
make a lot of people want to wake up and pay attention to it even more. So they had to get rid of her.
Well, I mean, in reality, does Whoopi really need them? She could start her own talk show. She you know what her net worth is? Her network is 45 million.
But hey, what's the difference of her and Bill Cosby? He was trying to buy what's the name, and they wouldn't let him.
NBC.
Man, they won't let him buy it. So what would be the difference? If she get on some real stuff and try to buy something, you really think they gonna let her do it?
Well, I mean, she could. I mean, there's other ways to speak your mind. I mean, she could start her own podcast.
She sure can, because Whoopi Goldberg have been in a whole bunch of movies and did a whole bunch of different stuff. But like y'all said on The View, she's the only black person on there.
No, there's one other.
Sunny
Who?
Hostin doesn't.
Sunny
I don't
Hostin.
think she consider herself black. She is
That's what
more
I thought.
Dominican, Puerto
Mix.
Rican, and
Yeah.
Haitian.
Okay.
Yeah, but she has black in her. But I don't think
She
Yeah,
she.
don't consider us being black.
you got that melanin in her. Dude.
Right.
Oh, she's black.
That's another
Her
long
face stuff
story.
like
But it's
that.
a lot of people from different places do not like to be considered one or the other.
Yeah.
Well, I know Sunny and what's the other girl's name? Joy Bear, Joy Bar
Behar,
or
Behar.
Bear, whatever. They and Anna, they were all upset and felt like it was that she shouldn't have been suspended. Actually, Anna says she loves the View. She loves Whoopi and she loves the View. This was an incredibly unfortunate incident. Also, says Whoopi is a lifelong ally to the Jewish community. She is sad and has nothing else to say on the matter.
But Whoopi did apologize though.
She did,
She
and
did apologize. But she still
Kim
got
still
suspended.
felt there needed to be repercussions
Yeah,
for it.
the executive of ABC felt like she should go, but the producer of the View of the show itself, he's a Jewish guy, and he felt like that would have been that could have been a teachable moment where instead of suspending her, they could have probably came back and redid a show on the Holocaust to kind of open people's eyes as to what I mean, as to what
Yeah,
the comment that she made instead of kicking her
yep,
off the show.
that's true.
Elknaya says it doesn't matter what your net worth is. If you're black and have an opinion or want to own something, they coming after you.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel like even if they would have kept her on that show, and the producer would have had his way of keeping her on the show, right? What if they would have gave her a script? You know what I'm saying? Like, because she was technically free mind talking about what she felt the Holocaust was. So imagine if they would have went through with that. They probably would have had her reading off the script, bro.
But just like Stacey said, that's the name of the show, The View. So you can only share certain point of views.
No, I'm saying though, like just like I said earlier, I mean she's black, she's a powerful black woman. I'm just saying, if say they do bring her back on and they do want to have a show regarding the Holocaust, they probably will give her a script because she's a person that's very smart and she want to talk more about it, bro. Like I'm just saying, if what if?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So basically, you have to say what we want you to say.
Yeah, they already got the all eyes on them right now, so don't be surprised if something do happen like that.
If she come back, I don't know if they may even want her to come back, or if she want to come back. I don't. She may even take legal action. Who knows?
That's the smartest one.
And then she in her apologies on the Today Show, she said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's humanity to man. I
Mhm.
shouldn't have said it about both. She wrote, I stand corrected. The Jewish people around the world have always had my support, and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused. And then on Tuesday's show, she addressed the conspiracy again, saying she misspoke. She misspoke it. My words upset so many people, which was never my intention. She said, I understand why now, and for that I am deeply, deeply grateful because their information I got was really helpful and helped me understand some different things. See, and she apologized, but like we said, she still got suspended. That's crazy.
Well,
Why does she
she,
feel like she have to apologize? Like,
well, because they're making her feel like she don't have a right to stand on her point of view. Obviously,
yeah, though that sucks though. Look at that. They
it
wouldn't
does. It
apologize to
sucks.
us.
Like somebody brought up the whole Roseanne Barr thing.
And Greenblatt, who is the author of It Could Happen Here, why are her words have been could consider hiring a Jewish co-host as they're still seeking to fill Megan McCain's spot since her departure last year. Who was Megan? I don't think I know her.
I
She
don't
was
either.
one of the. She was also one of the co-hosts on the show. She's John McCain's daughter. He passed
Kitty
away
Freeze.
uh, maybe a few years back of
Anybody
cancer,
there?
but he was a senator.
I ain't even know he passed.
But she was on there. She had a lot of her own point of views too. Then they never kicked her off or suspended her, whatever.
Was any of her point of views like ever towards like race or
She had been on the
No.
show for so long. I don't recall that. I mean, you would have to go back and watch whatever episode she was on to see. But obviously, she was there long enough for her to call it quits on her own.
Right. So I mean,
But yeah, this is just, I don't know. It's like,
but at
how
least
does
she
somebody
apologized.
keep, yeah, I wouldn't apologize. She apologized once. How many times can you keep apologizing? It's like, come on now. Like, she
And her
already apologized once. She said she
right,
misspoke, but then it's like, y'all want to make her feel like she did something totally, absolutely wrong because of what she said. She said how she felt. She wasn't trying to be malicious or hurt anybody's feelings, but she said how she felt. Even though some may not agree with that particular statement because they'll feel like it was about race. If you view the history on the Holocaust, it was definitely about race, but that's not how she feels about it. So,
oh boy. Everybody that says something is gonna just lose out, like Nick Cannon. The whole
well,
situation.
he went on his apology tour, so he got his show back. So, and he got a little talk show too.
yes,
Oh,
he
do it.
do, and it's
hmm
great. It's a good one too.
I haven't watched it,
Kiss
but
a
I
little
know
ass
he.
and make a little cash.
What's the name of it?
Kiss a little ass and make a little cash. That's what they be doing, man. That is so
Yeah,
sad. That is sad.
yeah.
I
You
couldn't
got
be
to
in the industry
apologize for
though.
your own opinions.
Mhm.
It ain't like, she got on there and was cussing out, cussing on the view and, just going off on people, the Jewish people, or whatever.
But they
I
would
don't
have accepted that more. They hate a smart black person.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yep.
So
That would have
can
been all over the news.
can somebody enlighten me exactly what the Holocaust is, please?
I can
You
tell
know,
you, you know about it, Darian?
yeah, yeah. I was taught that stuff in school. Like that's the first
Yeah,
Jewish people in history.
we were taught it in school for 4 years in high school. I had a literature teacher. She was really cool. She was really super cool. and he asked a few of us how would we feel if she incorporated the Holocaust with February, which is Black History Month, and we was like, cool, because we didn't, we know a lot of people didn't know about the Holocaust or whatever. But basically, during the time in the 30s up until World War II, um, Hitler, who was head of the Nazi Party in Germany, they rounded up all the Jews and through and without Germany, whatever. It was 6 million Jews, men, women, and children. They were gypsies, Jehovah's Witnesses, gay people. It was all kinds of people because anybody who was Jewish or would not take part in his army or he thought they were communists. Um, he basically wanted a nation of blonde hair and blue eyed people. And they actually did real live open experiments on those people trying to change the color of their eyes to blue. Uh, they would shave off their hair, make purses out of it. It was horrible. You have to. It's a lot. And during they were in different concentration camps. One I was read about was in Auschwitz. That's over in Germany. So there are different concentration camps all throughout Germany. I think they still have them there, like museums or preserved, you know, whatever. Um, they would send them to. It's called showers. It wasn't an actual shower, but it was more like a gas chamber. So they would round up as many people as they could, put them in there, turn the gas on, and kill them. They died by firing squad, anything. It didn't matter. Um, Towards the end, Hitler and his right hand man, they and their wives committed suicide, and that's when the start of World War II, took place. But yeah, and there's only so few survivors of the Holocaust left. Um, Not very many. There's some left. I had been reading a while back that they were finding some of the older men who were part of the who were Nazi soldiers, and they were still being tried uh, with war crimes and being sent to prison. Yeah, you have to. It's really interesting. It's sad, but it's true. It's what happened. Um, and just like with this critical race theory, what a lot of people don't want to teach the Black History Month because it makes white people feel bad and sad about what happened and all of this and that. But you don't see that over in Germany. They keep what happened alive over there because they don't want it ever to happen again.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little bit. Did you know when he was out executing people and taking over, he was taking out Masonic temples, Masonic lounges?
Who
Hitler.
he did what now?
When he was taking over countries within that European area, he was taking out Masonic lounges.
Yeah, he was doing a
The
lot.
people that run the world now, they are Masons, and he was taking out their lounges. So now we go back to why they feel so butthurt. Overall, it was sad because he killed so many innocent people. He also was targeting people in power that's in power today. He was their biggest enemy. And you got to think about why they teach it so much in school today. They wouldn't come out their mouth and say you was our biggest enemy because of this. It's just doing a little research to teach you that. I had to do my own research to understand that. So, in a way, well, I ain't gonna say that 'cause I don't want to make a podcast. Oh my god, he said that, but um, there's certain things that if you research it, it'll open your eyes up a little bit more than what they're trying to tell you.
So Elnaya says, what do y'all think would have happened if one of those white Latino, I think he's saying meant to say Latino, on the View would have said that? Would have
It
made
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't the same racist.
No, I think it probably would have been the same. They don't. I don't know about Anna Navarro. Um, I think it. I don't know. I think if they probably would have suspended, but probably would have welcomed them back because I don't know if Whoopi's gonna come back.
She's
She's not. They already replaced her with three other hoes.
Who they replaced? No, they. You said they
no, that
Ain't
replaced
that
her.
what they said in that article? The people that
that was
did like
for
the 20th
somebody else that was
anniversary.
gone for a year.
Yeah,
Every
that was.
Oh,
oh, was that for when
So when
Megan
they
left?
was talking about
Yeah, that
bringing
was,
back some of the OGs, but they're talking about bringing them back because of COVID cases, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he said he meant lady. Sorry about that. Yeah, they were talking about bringing back some of the OGs, but it's not to replace Whoopi. This was something that was already that they were
Yeah,
already doing before this incident took place.
right. Yeah, I heard about that one. I mean, even if they did, let's say Anna Navarro said that, it wouldn't have hurt her pockets because she's already a news commentator. She just on the show. So whether she's there or not, it wouldn't have mattered to her.
Well, that's what I'm saying about Whoopi. It shouldn't matter to her either. She doesn't.
yeah.
She, I mean,
Yeah.
No,
I
you don't.
mean, they stopped at some of her money, but not all of it because we okay financially.
she got enough to retire if she wants to.
it's time.
She's
And she got
past
one more
retirement
paycheck
age. She
coming.
It's
just want to
time,
work
right?
because she like working.
Because they
And
said you
matter of
stop
fact,
working, you
she's still
deteriorate.
doing movies.
You said what?
She's still doing movies. I think she's in a new Star Trek movie or something. She's still doing movies.
See, she don't need them. I say the View.
I haven't watched The View in so long. I used to watch that show almost every day because I just thought it was interesting, but I haven't watched it in so long. So
So Ikaya, how you say his name? Elkaya?
Elknaya.
Yeah, he should have been joining us tonight on the panel.
Yeah, he. I think he's well. He's very educated on a
Yep,
lot
he
of this
should have
stuff
been
too.
joining us.
Y'all are
Maybe
educating me. See,
maybe next Saturday he
y'all
can
got the
join us.
lesson on Holocaust because y'all actually went to class and paid attention. I was somewhere else.
I'm pretty sure. No comments over here.
I mean, it's just this stuff. It gets really deep, and when it gets deep,
Yeah.
so everybody can't handle these type of discussions. And once I see that it's going that way, then it's like I just lose interest.
Right.
Because I mean, not everybody can have a discussion and agree to disagree or share their point of views and not feel like they're the only ones that's the smartest thing on the earth. So that's my
Glad,
thing.
glad you feel that way.
I'm just saying.
It's true though. It's so true.
Yeah.
So
I
true.
mean, I be on these audio apps and they be having these discussions, and I've been sitting in the room and they have gotten into some heated arguments. I mean, because some people just feel like once they really feel like their theory is true in their mind, then everybody else has to feel the same way. You're not allowed to feel different. So I don't like
Buzzer
to
girl.
people like that. Who?
I said I love that bonnet.
This is not a bonnet. This is a turban.
Casey, don't you wear a turban?
Let me get close up to the camera. Let me see.
I used to wear my hair in a wrap, but I got one of them. It's just a little hair cover thing I found at the beauty supply store.
He said he
Yes,
would
it's
have
not
joined
a.
the panel tonight. I'm just so tired from my work week. Besides, I look a mess.
We all look a mess.
I don't know how a man can look a mess. What you got to do?
Now,
What do y'all have to
Your
do?
hair can be nappy.
Maybe you
Your
gotta comb
beard
his
can be
hair
all
too.
matted.
But that's what, like a 5 minute
Matted.
comb out or
And I
something.
woke up, my beard
Did
was
he say
matted. I had to
matted?
comb it out.
Yeah, he said.
Why was it matted?
Because I was asleep.
You sure you
You know how
asleep?
y'all wake up and y'all eyelash be off?
No.
Yeah, I
No.
do. I do.
I just want to know why that beard was matted though.
Mm-hmm.
You sure it was
That
matted
pillow.
from sleeping?
Yeah, that pillow.
The
Yeah,
pillow?
I was like, laid out. Woke up, it was all flat.
He was giving the pillow head.
It was one of them sleeps where you be slobbing. You wake up and you be like, mm.
Yeah, one of them good sleeps.
Yep.
I wanted to ask y'all's point of view on something. He
Okay.
said he bought his, so yeah, he wouldn't have had to do nothing to get on camera. Um, so they have all these entrepreneur groups on Facebook. There's one called Women Helping Women, and whenever I try to post something that basically refers to women or just entrepreneurship, it gets declined. So I wrote and asked, why is, if this is for women, it's a women's entrepreneurs group, and if it's about women helping women, why is it that when I post, something about empowering and uplifting women, why, did it get declined? And instead of answering my question, I got declined again. So I did some research and found out that the administrator is a white lady.
Hmm.
She said,
So
"And what color are you,
what do
ma'am?"
you, what would you guys think? Am I overthinking? Is it, I mean,
No, it's
Put her on
You're
blast
intimidating
disrespectful.
her.
huh?
You intimidated her.
Yep.
How did I intimidate her? I just asked a simple question.
because that's a question she didn't want to answer. So she felt in her mind you were attacking her.
Hmm.
That's why. But I'll put her on
She
blast.
pulled the Karen.
Yep, she did it, Karen.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Women helping women. Okay, so the month of March on the show, I will be empowering, uplifting, celebrating women. Whatever you do, if you have a business, if you do poetry, you want to come on and read poetry, if you want to just honor another woman or a woman in your life that, inspired you, whatever. We're women. Why was that declined? I'm so lost.
So on her page, do you see other people posting those type of things, or is more of them asking for help?
I see them posting their businesses and whatever. If they're offering help in this area. I mean, it's women helping women. So to
Right,
me,
right.
however we can help women, it's helping women regardless.
Now, I only asked that because I would have
She
said
don't
that she
like you.
probably felt attacked because she's probably the person doing more help and she don't want another person to take her position. But since you said that other people already post stuff like that, I don't understand why she wouldn't accept that.
I guess. So maybe I need to do some more exploring because there's a lot of those groups on there. And whenever I post stuff, I've been declined from more than one group. So maybe I need to find out who the administrators are. I'm just saying, I just want to
They
know
run all
because I start a protest on Facebook.
of them.
Shut them
Hey,
down,
what you
girl.
do,
Shut 'em down.
man?
Honestly, Elnaya, I see women posting things, but I've never like actually went to go look at their profiles to see, what their ethnicity is. I mean, that's a good question, and you just gave me some homework though. Yes, I am going to do my homework on that. So that's a good question.
They don't like you.
Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
You can always face that in the world that nobody's gonna like you, or they think you're better than them, or they don't like your ways, or it's gonna always be something. That's just stuff that you got to look over and just say, I'll pray for you. God bless you, and keep it moving. That's all you can say.
Well,
God
yeah,
bless
that's
you.
true.
They don't like when you
Or
say
do what
God
she
bless
did.
you because they think you're trying to
Make
be
a
funny,
page
but
like
you really
her.
being real.
I actually did make a page, and it's open to everyone. Everyone, anybody who has a business or just has something that they want to share, it's public. There's no color guidelines, there's none of that, there's no guidelines.
No color or race.
I'm just saying, it's open to everyone.
But that was wrong for her. All of a sudden, she declined it, and then the net you reach out to her, she still declined it.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't even just give me an answer like, well, we don't post in the group. That's what I was actually looking for her to say, because I thought maybe you can't post the flyer, maybe you have to write an actual post, but she didn't give me no type of answer. So
Sorry, her name was
her name was, I don't know. You know
Karen.
what? I ain't finna mention her name because next thing I know, I'll be booted off Facebook for 30 days.
Right.
So
I said
I ain't
I'm
even gonna
barely
do.
on Facebook. So,
I did report her though.
then I bet you they didn't say nothing.
I haven't gotten a response back. No.
You ain't gonna get a response back because it's Karen. That's what it is. It's
Look who run
Karen.
Facebook.
Anything wrong?
Yeah,
My,
look who run Facebook.
huh?
Karen's.
Probably.
You guys seen the movie Karen?
I did.
Stacy?
Darion, did you
Huh?
What?
see the
Have-
movie Karen?
No.
Mm-mm.
You guys gotta watch it.
You ain't watched? Oh my god!
I'm on.
I
I,
Nope. All I see is memes about her. Karen this, Karen that.
And I didn't know what they meant at first until I actually seen the movie. So the movie basically is about this white lady. It was a predominantly
Karen.
white neighborhood. A black couple moved into the neighborhood, and she felt they shouldn't be there. So she would always find little things to nitpick at them
Why would
about.
you about the movie? All you gotta do is tell them to watch the movie.
Oh, my
It's
bad.
really good, y'all. Y'all should watch it. It's good. It's good.
I watched it on Philo on Lifetime.
oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna watch it tonight then.
It's good.
All right.
There's a guy called something too. He's another Karen. I can't remember his name. I know y'all heard of that one. I got to look it up. They was talking about it at my job. But there is a guy, another, is like Karen. Yes. Doing the same thing.
He said spoilers. I'm sorry. I didn't. I just went on and started talking. My bad. Well, I didn't tell the whole movie, so
You almost did. Spoiler alert. Y'all got to watch it, but it's really good. It's going to have you want to jump through the TV and
because
clap.
this show, I was sitting there like, no, but never mind. Let's just change the subject because y'all gonna be to make me tell the whole dang on movie because I'm about to start remembering how mad I was getting. So
Yeah.
let's,
Okay.
I'm gonna let
I
y'all
got,
watch.
I got a question.
Okay.
So with this whole new culture movement, whatever you want to call it, on you can't say this, you can't say that, you got to say this, you got to say that. Pretty much, you got to say certain, like you got to tap dance, to say certain things to appease people, this type of group of people or whatever. So what would y'all do if, let's just say at work, and I'm not saying you're posting stuff about a person or whatever. It don't even have to be a post. Let's just say you're at work, um, having your own private conversation on your lunch break. How do you hear you? What do you do?
You
You
mean
know,
like if it's a conversation about something like this,
anything,
or
anything that somebody could take, supposedly just walking past, being nosy, should have mind their business, and all of a sudden took offense to what you're saying. You
well,
can say, you can be,
see
I
for
would,
me, I always avoided those type of conversations at work because you don't know who's gonna be offended, especially if it's religion or politics. It's just to me, it's just those are not conversations for work. Period.
right,
You don't know who's gonna take offense. Then the next thing you know, you're being called in the office, possibly fired, written up, whatever. So to avoid that, I just don't even. I've never had
hey,
those type of conversations at work.
right, exactly.
me, sometimes you get in those deep conversations and forget where you at.
Yeah,
So somebody hear me say something and be like, excuse me, you all in my business. You was all up in my business. How many teeth I got in my mouth? Because it happens though. You do. You sometimes you have to ask them, why are you in my business? I mean, I was having a conversation with somebody else. If I wanted you to be a part of it, I would have said, hey, I got a question for you.
right, exactly.
But
But you know how people are at work. I
I
mean, you
do.
can literally be in your own world, minding your own business, having your own conversation, and all of a sudden it's like, how did they know what I said? I wasn't even talking to them.
Or
See,
you'll be
that's when
like,
you gotta learn how to talk codes. You be like,
Yeah,
50, whoop, whoop,
oh,
yep.
sometimes they know the codes too.
Well, then they just being extra nosy
Yep.
then.
They
because
just
I'm just asking the question because I know before the pandemic hit, me and a coworker that I work with, we would always just go downstairs in the conference room because nobody hear nothing we was talking about.
you said in the conference room.
Yep, downstairs on the ground floor, sure would.
Well, honey, we whatever I had to say, I just said in front of everybody, whether the manager right there, anybody. If something is on my mind and somebody says something, I'll be like such and such and did this, and they be like, "Do you just Ain't gonna take it to the side. No, because they should know what they did wrong or said. I dispatched Friday. I was answering the phone. I was booking rides. Um, we had a covert alarm go off. I had to answer that, and I had a older gentleman standing in front of me, and he said, "Can I get my check?" I said, "Can you hold on for a second? Let me answer this phone call." Which is the phone call was more important for him on a check. You off of work. You could sit for a while. Sit down, have a seat. So he goes behind me. The checks is sitting on the desk on the right side. He goes behind me. He just goes in there and grabs his check. Right?
Mm.
So I just put the person was on the phone. I said, "Can you hold on just for a second to put the phone on mute?" Mute. I said, "What is your problem? You're not even supposed to go in there." "Well, I gotta get my check. It's Friday. I got stuff to do." I said, "Actually, you can get in trouble for going in there because that's confidential. It's other people's information in there." He
Yeah.
took the check and stuck it in my face, like, "See, it's mine." I said, "That's what you're not gonna do." And then I said, "You know what? Just go. Close the door behind you." He left. One of the managers came down and I let her know what happened. She said, "Oh, I'll talk to him." Because I remember doing that one day as a driver, walking in and they sitting there chit chatting. I want to get my check to get out. I go in the envelope and get my check out, and a manager comes up and say, "Hey, you can't do that." But she was nice about it. She was like, "You cannot do that. It's people's information in there. You need to let somebody hand it to you, or just be patient." These people don't know. People don't know patient though. He
Mm-mm.
didn't know patient evidently, because I could have gotten in trouble if he grabbed somebody else's check. They could have said, "Well, you gave somebody else check to somebody else,"
Right.
and I would have been looking dumbfounded, like, "Did I really do that?" Not knowing that it wasn't me, But
Elgnaya says, I feel like I'm on my lunch break and you're spying on my conversation and overhear what I say. Oh well, you had no business spying on me. Um, I wanted to bring up an
yep,
incident
that's
that
true.
happened with somebody that I knew. So they was, working, uh phone work or whatever. Person called in.
Hmm.
They was very irate, cussing at the person, and all she said was, you know, you don't have to talk to me like that. He asked the question of basically, was she a Niger,
Mm.
and she told him he was being rude and disrespectful and hung up on him, but she got fired. I felt that was unfair because it showed this person that it doesn't matter. They you know what I'm saying, they don't have to show any respect, and it felt and it said to me that it did her feelings didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like her
Right.
feelings weren't included in this situation to me. So yeah.
That sounds like that went public. I think I heard about
No, it didn't go public.
something
It's somebody
similar.
that I know personally that this happened to.
Something similar. I read up on what happened.
Yeah, there's so many incidents. Like you just, I mean, that's why I say our rights to freedom of speech being stripped subliminally. It's like you can speak your mind, but you can only go so far with it.
You
You
got to
can't
hold
say
your
too
peace.
much. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't
Yep,
say too much.
that's true. That's so true. But it didn't get crazy in this world now since the pandemic. It didn't get crazy, so everybody just got to be safe and careful because, like the driver, the school bus driver that got shot in the head for honking his horn. Now when me and Yolanda be on the phone and me go you some. So I said to myself, I would never honk my horn. I'll just be patient and wait my time. If we
I'm,
miss the light, we miss the light.
I'm gonna honk my horn out here. I just ain't gonna honk it over north.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're not gonna
Black
get
person
that
will
over.
kill
You
you on
probably
there,
gonna
but
get
shoot,
that.
That's
it's even
that's
worse if you're
anywhere
a
though.
white folk. You're around white folk, they gonna kill you faster than a
Yep,
nigga.
yep, and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just rather everybody just be careful because they out there. You remember that day when I first got my little bitty truck and it got hit, and the man was like, he was a older white gentleman, Black people ride around dirty anyway. You don't got no license. You ain't got no insurance. Show me your effing license and your insurance. I said, sir, I don't have to show you nothing but the cops when they pull up. He was like, yeah, because you ain't got it. You ain't got it. And the car probably ain't even yours. It took everything out of my power not to just knock this man down. I was very professional. I was like, look, honey. And what did he say back to me, Yolanda?
Don't call me honey. I ain't your honey.
He did say that. And I was like, well, sir, we the cop showed up and asked the guy, "What are you, a 2-year old? Why are you arguing with her? Why why are you worried about if she's got license or insurance?"
When he hit you, I was
Yep,
on the phone from
yep.
the beginning to end, and you could tell automatically his attitude was that he wasn't going to be
He said
looked
he
at
had
as being
somewhere to
in
go.
the wrong.
Yep. So at the end of the day, I did have insurance, did have license, and the cop came to him and said, "Do you feel better because she got insurance, she got license?" And I wasn't gonna even go after his insurance company, but all what you said to me and downgraded me,
His
I went
whole
after his
demeanor.
insurance company and got a check that next day for a little scratch that could be
Mm.
fixed. It could have been solved. Have a good day, sir. Going on about your business. But no, you hit me and all this and that. It was uncalled for. Yelling. You got other white people running over there and said, "Sir, is you okay?" But y'all not asking me is I'm okay. My car in the middle of the parking lot. One guy and his son, which I think he was married to, looked like a black lady. He looks like he was married to a black lady because his son was mixed. He was like, "Do you need help pushing your car into one of the stalls?" I said, "My car is running." He only just bumped it, but he did ask me. He was like, "Because everybody else running around like you don't even exist." There was two young white girls that came up to me and said, "I seen the whole thing," and they gave the police their statement too. So probably had no windows came around, I probably would have got a ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but them girls gave they statement, and he told the white guy told the white girl, "You don't know what you're talking about. You weren't even around. You should just get in your car and be quiet."
That
He
was
was
his.
angry.
That was his subliminal way of saying, "You stick with me."
He was very angry. Yes, he's very angry.
Well, you guys, I enjoyed our discussion this evening.
We're
Thank you
not
guys
done
for
yet.
joining. Yes, you
16 more
are.
minutes.
Elkanaya, thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you jump in the comments and share your point of views. You have a good night. You
And tell
guys
him
have a
what
good rest of the night. Tell them what.
he can always come on Saturdays. The
Yes,
more the
Whoopi.
merrier.
Yes, Elkanaya, just to bring you up to speed, we're going to be doing shows on Saturdays now. So if you're not busy and you would like to tune in, we come on at 7:30. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, family.
Right.